Content warning. Echo can be emotionally intense experience and may not be for everyone. Echo contains themes of adult nature, including violence, torture, drug usage, and harsh language. Viewer discretion is advised.
Chase! I stare groggily at the face above me. A swirling mess of gray and black before I'm able to focus on the nose just inches away from my face. That crosses my eyes, which hurts, so I close them again. Chase! The voice is gentler this time, though no less concerned. I try to reach my hand up to assure whoever it is that I'm fine. I feel a soft, velvety sensation of an ear catch between my fingers, and the person above me is still. What happened? Are you guys okay? I mumble thickly past my lips that don't seem to cooperate with words that don't seem to make sense. Are you? He hit you really hard. I feel a hand run over the top of my head like it's looking for something. Did you hit your head? I feel my own head, keeping my other hand resting on Kutsu's head. That's right, Kutsu. I push myself up, suddenly realizing where I am and what just happened. I look around onto the night, the surreal feeling of regaining consciousness in the glimpse of a nightmare, making it all the more horrific. Shit, where is he? I try to push myself, but Kutsu holds me down firmly. Duke? He took off somewhere. Kutsu looks around, his ears pointed up as if listening before looking back down at me as I try to sit up again. You need to stay down for now. Something might be injured. I think I'm okay and just a little out of it. Even in comfy clothes, I feel tense still. Kutsu gazes down at me, and for a moment, I'm left staring into the deep, dark eyes. That's when the sound of feet slapping against asphalt breaks the spell, and Kutsu looks behind himself. What the hell? Duke, just Kutsu is suddenly shoved roughly away. I find myself held up in Leo's arms. What the fuck happened? Leo desperately looked me up and down as he held me in his arms. Did he shoot you? What? No, he just hit me with a car. I see Leo's eyes widen and his ears shoot up. He suddenly turns his attention to Kutsu, hackles raised. What the fuck were you doing, Cud? Why weren't you watching him? Cud flinches back, then glares. He came out of nowhere, Leo. We're both trying to stop him. I can see Leo working himself up to shout something else, but that's when I push myself out of his strong grip. Despite the circumstances, I'm bristling at the way I'm being coddled. Leo! He was driving a fucking car. There wasn't anything he could do. Now standing, I feel an achy sensation on my back and my head spins a little. I brace my hands on my knees and wait for it to subside. I don't think you should be standing up so soon. I'm fine. Oh my god. Oh my god. I burped. Sorry. Though now I'm standing, I'm not completely sure of that. Worrying twinges and creaked pains. Oh my god. But I force myself to straighten up, facing the other two. We need to keep moving, find the others, and get out of here. Leo moves up next to me, a big paw reaching out, wrapping around my shoulder. I cringe, though, and Leo takes his hand back. You need me to carry you? I don't like this. I grimace and shake my head, mostly because I feel like being slung over his body would be even worse. He settles on rubbing my back gently, eyes still looking over me as if trying to spot some unseen injury. Let's get the hell out of Payton. Kutsu coughs awkwardly. We've lost the car, though. Oh, yeah. My heart sinks. Even now, in the situation we're in, I'm a little angry that it was my car that was stolen. I worked hard to buy that thing, even if it was a junker. Leo shakes his head like it's in mild annoyance. Then we'll just have to use my van instead. Leo looks up the road in the direction of the diner where he left it 2 days ago. Wait, let's at least check the motel, see if any others are in our room. Otter, I'm sure the others have already gotten out by now. I mean, we haven't heard anything from any of them, though. And wouldn't they have brought the police or something? Leo looks back at the motel, chewing at his lip. All right, but let's be fucking quick about it. We need to get the hell out of here so we can get everyone help. Yeah, real quick. I reach in to grab my back pocket, pulling out the key card as I hobble in the direction of the room. Kutsu reaches out to me. You need help. Leo shoulders the raccoon as he practically jumps to my side. Stay close, Otter. I don't like it. Leo, you're fucking traumatizing. You're too fucking traumatizing. And like the fact that you're still trying to isolate me shows a lot. And I hate it. I try to ignore the tension I feel building between the other two. More than anything, I'm annoyed at Leo. Why is he acting like this? Sure, he was always a little jealous, but right now, in the middle of the hellscape of chaos, I shake my head, allowing the wolf to guide me with his hand as we turn the corner of the motel. Kuzo stayed close behind us, and I looked back at him and gave him a small smile to show him that I at least appreciate his concern for me. He gives me a short nod back, but otherwise doesn't say anything. Like most of the town, the back of the motel is completely deserted as far as I can see. Another pop that probably a gunshot echoes in the distance, but I'm just thankful they aren't happening every minute like earlier. Again, I wonder if it's because everyone's dead. As fucked up as it is, I think that might be a good thing for us, as long as it doesn't involve any more of my friends. We reach the door of the motel, my heart sinks again as I see no light coming from the window. Shakily, I raise the key card to press against the lock, only to accidentally drop it. I start to bend over to pick it up, but Leo puts a hand on my shoulder, speaking gently into my ear. Don't move, Otter. He sweeps up the card and presses it on the lock. It flashes green and we hear the electric buzz of the lock coming unmatched before Leo presses down on the door handle, then pauses. His other hand suddenly reaches out behind me towards Kuzo. Kuzo, hand me my gun. I'll give you Dukes. Kuzo stares at him for a moment, then jumps as if suddenly realizing what the wolf is talking about. Oh, right. Kuzo lifts his shirt, fumbling with the waistband before pulling the gun out. He hands it to Leo, who in turn hands him Duke's gun. He checks the safety on his own before pointing it towards the door. Leo pauses again, then glances at me. Otter, behind me. I don't like this. I don't care if it's a hellscape. This is just weird. I only feel a little twinge of resentment at being treated like a child again, but I'm too eager to check the room to say anything. Finally, Leo gives the door a gentle shove, allowing it to swing open on its own. I can't see anything behind Leo, but judging by the look on Kuzo's face next to me, they don't see anything. I realize why as Leo slowly reaches inside and flips the light switch. I can't resist to peek around the bulk of the multi-room. I don't know what I was expecting, maybe a blood splatter room with all my friends' bodies piled up in the middle? Instead, though, it's basically just how I remember it. I even see my pajamas crumpled up on the side of the bed where I left them. Leo holds steadily for a moment, keeping the gun pointed at the ceiling of the room. Why is it at... Okay. Hello? There's no response. Leo waits just a while longer before finally moving forward slowly. I don't wait for Leo's approval to follow and move closely behind him, Kuzo just behind me. There isn't much to search in the motel, having just the room and the bathroom to check. Once Leo is sure it's clear, I shut the door and lock it before turning to the other two. Just so we know that we're safe, for now at least. Leo shakes his head. We gotta keep moving, Chase. We should head to my place now. I open Jenna's laptop on the table, pushing the power button. Come on, what are you doing? Leo shifts his weight from one foot to the other. Kuzo moves to stand next to me. Checking the internet? I was hoping to. I sigh as I stare at this password screen. Well, let me check my phone. Leo sighs again. That's not gonna help us. I have Wi-Fi calling. Leo sighs again. I don't like you, Leo. Like, this entire time, you've been manipulative, and it feels like you're just going to kill Kuzo and take me in your van to get out of here. He sets his gun down on the bedside table before rubbing his face vigorously with both hands. You okay? Saying that Leo's been on edge is an understatement. And sure, we're all fucked up right now, but the way the wolf's been acting, it's like he's a different person. Did Leo kill Sydney? Because we said earlier that the person that found the body would never do that to him. I'm assuming that it's Leo. Leo lets his hand slide down his face so he can peer over his fingertips. He examines me for a while, then finally reaches out with both hands. Come here, Chula. I almost hesitate, and I'm not sure why. You know why. I walk over him and stand in front of the wolf before he reaches out and pulls me down to his lap. Then presses his head against my head against his chest before wrapping his arms around me. He starts stroking the back of my neck gently, and it makes me shiver. It feels all forced. We don't meld together naturally like we always do. I'm sorry about letting all this happen. I should have told the police when Duke started threatening earlier. Do you know what's happening? Leo takes another breath and his broad chest swells against my cheek before he blows it out, ruffling the fur on my head. I don't know. I really don't. I think Kuzo's standing to the side, clearly trying not to look at us. Any internet? Kuzo looks up and shakes his head. No, I can't find the network. Damn it. Did the bear do anything to you? This ain't the question. This ain't the time. No, he just tied me up for a while. I guess technically he did more in a way, but I don't want to go into that right now. Exactly. This ain't the time and place. The whole incident actually seems like a long time ago. Janice's murder, getting near RA'd by Brian, trying to kill Brian. I feel like there's a numbness in my chest that's dampening my emotions right now, and everything feels like it's far away from me. I wonder if that's some kind of psychological response to what's happening, and if I'll be all fucked up after this is over, probably. But I kind of welcome the numbness right now. It at least helps me deal with what's happening a little easier. Jenna would have probably been able to tell me what's happening right now if she were here. Of course, that makes me wonder where she is and the others are. Oh my god. Makes me want to get out of here and find them. Because as much as I want to get the hell out of this place, I feel kind of responsible for them. Saved. You can literally see my save progress from 3 p.m. all the way to midnight. I did drag all of them here after all. I'm gonna get you out of here, I promise. Leo's breathing into my ear and squeezes me a little tighter. I have to hold back a wince as a twinge goes through my back. I have a feeling that I'm going to be very sore tomorrow. Suddenly, I lift my head to look back at Kutsu. What time is it? Kutsu takes his phone back out of his pocket to check. 3:45. It's only been 3 hours for them? Are you serious? That means it's only been a little more than an hour since we left Kutsu's place? I was hoping that daylight would be a bit closer than that. Kutsu slumps down in a chair at the table. It's what my phone says. I continue to rest my head against Leo's chest, listening to him breathe. I glance up at him to see that his eyes are closed as he continues to stroke the back of my head. I'm about to tell him that we should get moving again when I think I hear something. It's a soft snuffling sound like someone's covering up their sniffling. I lay against Leo, not moving as I continue to listen. A full 10 seconds go by before it happens again, and this time I think it's coming from below us? Under the bed. I look up at Leo again, wondering if I should tell him. Honestly, with his massive wolf ears, he should have heard it. I reach up and poke at his chin. Leo shakes his head a bit around the poking, but otherwise didn't open his eyes. I found reaching up further, touch his cheek. He leans into it. Leo. I barely whisper at him. Finally, he does open his eyes. I point at my own ears, mouthing, listen. I see his ears comically perk up, his eyes looking at the ceiling. I motion down at the bed. I can see Kutsu to the side of his chair, eyeing us curiously, not saying anything otherwise, thankfully. This time the snuffling sounds a bit louder, and I feel Leo's fur rise up in his arms. That was definitely a person or something living and breathing at least, and it's definitely coming from under the bed. Leo slowly and gently pushes me off the lap, motioning me away. Slowly he leans over and grabs the gun. Then he stands, backing up away from the bed, then crouching slowly with his gun pointed, looks under the bed. I see Leo pause, staring, then he reaches out and grabs whatever it is and yanks hard. Ah! The scream is loud and piercing. Whatever it was sounded like a terrified child. It thrashes and kicks at Leo, and it's when it's clawing frantically at the carpet to get back under the bed that I realize who it is. TJ? I shout his name, confused and terrified myself. What the hell? Calm down! Leo's got both his hands on TJ's ankles, trying to keep him while at the same time not getting gouged by the toe claws. I move closer, though not close enough to get the clawed by the links, and try to crouch in the line of sight. TJ, it's us! Are you okay? The look of his eyes is wild and desperate and feral. I reach out for his wrist, and he immediately slashes at me with his other hand. Chase, stay back! I fall back on my butt and scoot a little wide-eyed. I've never seen TJ like this. Of course I haven't. I can't imagine what could have made him like this. I scrambled up and stand next to Kutsu, who is just as wide-eyed as me. Despite that, his sidesteps a little in front of me as if to shield me from the insane TJ. Leo finally drops the cat's leg before TJ can scramble back under the bed. Leo jumps up back. I wince as I could hear TJ deflate like a tire at Leo's weight. The wolf snatches up TJ's arm, pinning them against his back, and leans over, shouting in his ear, TJ, stop! Stop fighting! It's me, Leo! Leo! That I've never heard him make before. TJ, it's me! It's your friends! We're here to help you, man! Leo's voice is quieter now, more soothing as he tries to calm the crazed lynx. It seems to be working as TJ's violent thrashing lessens and his yowling fades out to a more feeble whining sound. See, I'm here now. You're gonna be fine. Finally, TJ's head falls to the carpet. Everything goes limp. TJ sits on the bed cross-legged as he rests his back against the headboard. I gave him a blanket when I saw him shivering, and he got that draped over his shoulders, holding it tightly around himself. It hasn't stopped shivering, though. I seem to be the only one that he doesn't flinch at when we get close, so I sit next to him on the bed. Awkwardly, I put my arm around him, but he seems to take comfort in that and leans against me. The smell of sweat and piss is strong, but I don't say anything. Leo, meanwhile, sits at the end of the other bed, gently trying to get TJ to tell us what the hell happened. Was someone chasing you? Is someone here? TJ shivers against me and I pat his shoulder. He looks at me, then I see his fur is completely matted to his face, like he's been crying nonstop. I notice bits of dead leaves and his head too, long with some dirt. What the hell has he been doing? Leo continues to prod gently at the links with his questions. If you can tell us anything, we might be able to stop it, or at least watch out for it before we leave. TJ looks at Leo, then opens his mouth, making a squeaking noise. He swallows loudly, then tries again. Do we have any water? It sounds like he's extremely sore throat. I look over to sink, but Kuzo jumps off the chair he's sitting and makes his way to it. He grabs one of the small plastic cups before running it the faucet. TJ watches him until the raccoon brings the cup back over. TJ drops the blanket around him, his shoulders, and reaches out eagerly for the cup. We all watch him intently as he loudly swallows giant gulps of water before lowering it from his lips and gasping for air. Leo smiles encouragingly. Careful, don't drown yourself. That's not the phrase you're supposed to be using. Tightly. Are you cold? I grab up the blanket and tuck it around his shoulders better. Kind of, not really. I feel cold, but... He rubs his chest. He's still trembling, and I realize he might be in shock. I don't know what to do for that. In every TV show I've seen, the person is just given a shiny blanket while they sit in the side of the road. So I just continue to rub his shoulder in circular motions, trying to be soothing. I wish Jenna was here. She'd know what to do. He leans against me again, though, so I feel like I'm doing the right thing. He holds out the cup to Kuzo again. Could I get some more, please? Sure. Kuzo takes the cup delicately from TJ, like the links might break. When Kuzo moves off to the sink again, TJ leans in towards me, whispering, "That guy played soccer with us, right?" Yeah, he did. Right. TJ goes back, leaning against me, staring at the wall. While this isn't good, he does seem to be getting better. He can recognize us again and remember stuff at least. Leo adjusts himself on the bed, clearing his throat again. Tej, if you remember anything, remember that. If you can't remember, that's okay, but just make sure no one's coming after you. TJ blinks and shakes his head. No, I don't think so. Leo waits, but Tej doesn't say anything anymore. No one? We're hiding, so Leo clearly doesn't want to upset the Lynx, but it makes sense why he wants to know. If there's someone lurking out there hunting TJ down, we could be in a lot of danger right now. We have to wait, though, as Kuzo comes back with a cup. TJ takes a few more big gulps before looking back up at Leo. I thought I saw something. I kept seeing things. I think I need to go home. I stare at Tej, studying him. I don't know why, but I guess I thought we'd all be exempt from this hysteria. I knew we were all normal, at least to an extent. The whole crazy chaos seems to be foreign, too different for it to affect my friends. People I know that are grounded, normal people. That's exactly what TJ was. And now, Leo stands up and steps closer, sitting down slowly next to TJ on the opposite side of the bed. We are going home, Tej. We just have to go on a walk to my car first. Leo reaches out and sets a hand on TJ's leg, and I'm glad to see that he doesn't flinch at all. He's really calming down. Okay. TJ suddenly opens up the blanket around him, staring at his own clothes. I see his nose twinging. The inside of his ears flushes. Can I take a shower? Leo pauses, clearly not having expected that. Well, we really need to get going. Don't you want to get home and take a shower there? Tej has put the blanket back over him, still trying to hide his pants. I just like to feel clean again. I feel like it might be a good thing for him to clean off. Maybe have some alone time. I give Leo a meaningful look as I lower my voice gently to Tej. Sure, man. We'll wait. TJ slowly pushes him off the bed and stands up on steady legs. Both of his hands not so subtly shield his crotch as he walks to the dresser. Okay, just don't leave, okay? We won't. Leo's still using his talking to a toddler voice, which I hate the most. Not all of it. The wolf gives me a frustrated look, but I ignore it. And I'm going to leave the door open, so if something happens, just yell. It's fine, and nothing's going to happen, okay? Yeah, okay. TJ pulls out some pants from the dresser before making his way to the bathroom. He keeps glancing back at us like we're going to disappear if he looks away too long. I try to give him a cheerful smile until he finally disappears into the bathroom. We sit around in a sort of circle in the motel, Leo and I on the beds, Kuzo on the chair. We keep our voices low as we discuss what's going on, not wanting TJ to hear. This doesn't make sense. TJ is one of the most rational people I know. How is this affecting him? We don't know what's causing it, though. I don't know. I thought it was drugs or something? They all just took the same drug? I don't know. Maybe they all crazy because of drugs or something set it off. Well, TJ is religious. So if he believes in that, then maybe it could go further than that? I shake my head. No, that doesn't make sense. People in cults do it all the time. But he's not in a cult. Well, Christianity, it's all kind of the same thing if you think about it. Leo's right on that. That's the only thing I agree on with him. Everything else, he's still a piece of shit. Your whole family is super religious, Leo. Yeah, so I have first-hand experience with all of that. Leo chuckles despite the situation. It makes me wonder more. Wonder more than what is everyone's head if even TJ's having it happen. What's in everyone's head? Kuzo taps his chin from his chair as he's sitting. What was it that Duke was saying about his grandpa? Something about a curse? Leo waves his hand like he's swatting away a fly. Poo chica. Speaking of shit that doesn't make sense. Kuzo shrugs. I'm starting to wonder. I fold my arms and look towards the bathroom where steam is wafting from TJ's shower. Well, stop wandering. I don't want you ending up like them. I frown and glance back at the bathroom before lowering my voice. Like TJ? Leo sighs. No, one of those fuckers probably freaked him out or something. He did say he was seeing things. Leo suddenly stands up from his sitting position on the bed. You know what? We should just stop talking about this. We're leaving once he's done anyway. As if on cue, the water shuts off and the automatic dryer starts up. Right after that, TJ's meek voice pipes up from the bathroom. You guys still there? I call back gently, cheerfully. We're here, Teach. Leo sighs and moves to the window to look outside, pulling back the curtain just a bit. You think the others are out there right now? Your friends? Yeah, Jenna, Carl, Flynn? I don't know why I hesitate on Flynn's name. Leo silently stares out the window a little while longer, the yellow light of the street light falling across his face momentarily. He lets it drop back into place. With any luck, they got the hell out of here when they started. Like I said, if they did, then they would have brought someone back. Really? Because if anyone got out of town, they would have. Leo doesn't say anything, electing to lift the gun that he had clutched in his entire time to examine it. Does that mean no one's gotten out of here? There's a momentary silence. Hello? We're still here, TJ? Kuzo shifts in his chair. Well, a lot of us here have relations outside the town, family and work and Peyton. In fact, Kuzo checks his phone again. I'm supposed to be in work in like 5 hours. Someone's going to notice. Maybe we should wait until morning. Someone has got to be looking for someone here by then. Leo thrusts the gun back into his waistband resolutely. Nope, relying on other people has gotten us nowhere. We gotta help ourselves. I don't like this mentality. You might have a point, Leo. Your friend looks in pretty bad shape, like mentally. Then I'll carry his ass to the van. I'm leaving, and I'm not leaving any of you behind. Leo stops, and I follow his gaze to the bathroom, and TJ steps out, his fur's damp and spiky from the shower, in fresh change of clothes. He stands there awkwardly for a moment, rubbing his arm as we all stare at him. Hey, how are you feeling? I'm fine. Things are more clearer now. Leo smiles gently. Good. So you remember who we all are? TJ smiles weakly. Yeah, again, things are clear, and you guys don't have to talk to me like that. Like I'm crazy? Sorry. I clear my throat, and I try to assume a less I'm talking to a crazy person tone. Do you think you can make it to Leo's? We can't We can stay here if you want. Wait for someone to find us. I ignore Leo's exasperated sigh from behind me. TJ glances at the bed. I'd like to just lay down, but he looks back up at us, clasping his hands together. I think something is happening here. Something doing something to our heads. I don't know. Leo narrows his eyes. What do you mean? TJ looks off to the side. I just saw things that shouldn't be there. This has never happened to me before, so... TJ looks down at his hands. I remember someone was chasing me, trying to grab me, and I scratched at it. TJ looked back up at us, and it was Jenna, but I was too scared. I didn't know if it was really her or not, so I ran, and she didn't follow me. Trying to shiver again. What does she look like when you didn't know it was actually her? TJ frowns, opening its mouth to say something, then closes it again. Finally, he looks at Leo, apparently deciding to ignore the question. Can we find her? I can't stop thinking about it, and I want to make sure she's okay. His voice gets a little broken, but he manages to control his tears this time. Leo grimaces. We really need to go, TJ. The faster we can get help, the faster we can get help everyone here, including Jenna. The corners of TJ's mouth tug down in a frown, but he doesn't say anything. But if we see her on the way, of course, we'll bring her with us, okay? TJ's still looking like he's trying not to cry, but he nods quickly. Leo rolls his shoulders, keeping the gun pointed at the ground as he moves to the door. Now, everyone stay close to me. Chase, keep with TJ. Kuzo, you bring up the rear. Got it? All right. We're just going to head up the street to the diner, not far at all. I look up at TJ, trying to give him a reassuring smile. He's still looking at his hands, though, so I moved over to him, putting an arm around his shoulder, gently guiding him to the door.